Hey there and happy Monday. I hope you guys all had a fantastic Easter. We sure did, with everybody home from college, and that was so fun to have everybody here, and the weather was gorgeous, which doesn't always happen on Easter and such. So it was fun to have an Easter egg hunt Saturday night, and then it didn't feel so rushed to have church and a big meal and all that. So we kind of spread it out for a couple days, which was wonderful. Hi Pam, hi Lisa. And so here I am already on Monday with card number 3 for April's virtual stamp camp. And I'm trying to kind of just figure out, I'm using a different iPad because I wasn't getting my other one to work. And I thought, well, we'll see if I can get this to work on my hubby's iPad. And it looks like it's already working. So that's good. Hi there, Linda. So today is gorgeous. If you're living in the area where I'm living, we haven't had this kind of weather since probably last summer. So 80 degrees, we will take it. Hi there, Ginger. And yet the rest of the week looks like it could be just a rainy mess. And so I'm gearing my card towards the rainy mess type of situation. So let's get out those umbrellas. And this is some retiring products. The Under My Umbrella, Ella, as Rihanna would sing it. And excuse me. So there is a coordinating punch to go with the stamp set. So I will be showing you that. And it looks like I'm good to go and can see your comments here. So let me put down my iPad. Hi there, Pam. Thanks again for sharing. I know it's not like totally you know, the worst thing if I can't see your comments, but so often if you guys have good questions or things that I'm doing, I love to be able to see that and to respond immediately. So that's why I'm so glad that I have a working iPad, so then I don't have to worry and I can concentrate on the project at hand and yet kind of keep up with you guys too. Hi there, Sharon. So here is the card up front, like so. And so I'm using lots of retiring products and ones that I'm really sad. Hey there, Lenora. I have not seen you in a long time. It's fun to see your name pop up there. So with this, the fun paper is from Artistry Blooms. And so I don't know if you remember, I think it was maybe last late summer or fall, I used some of this wild paper and you guys loved it. I embossed in white on it and it really made it pop. And then the back sides of these are kind of the Granny Apple Green Bermuda Bay, but there's lots of fun purples and pinks in the Artistry Blooms. And so this is in the annual catalog now, but it won't last forever. So lots of just fun shading. So depending on what card you get from me, you might see one of these varieties of paper from Artistry Blooms. And so there's a whole kind of suite of products that goes with that in the back of the annual catalog. And then something else that coordinates, and I always love to show you guys my scraps because the more scraps, you can see how thick this is with scraps, the more you genuinely know I've been using this a lot. This is not retiring, and this is the Rainbow Glimmer paper. I'm so glad it's not retiring because this stuff is so fun. Let me pull out a full sheet to show you guys because what I want to do is kind of focus on the pinks and the purples today, but I love all the other things, and you've all seen me do lots of fun stuff with the other colors too. And yes, Pam, lots of fun, happy colors. And yes, everybody loves this glimmer paper. And the best part, as you can see from my scraps, is I just use little bits and pieces and chunks to like do accents with punches or even die cuts or whatever. And so a little bit goes a long ways. And so that is, like I said, carrying over, which is a good thing. These two papers coordinate really well together. So that glimmer paper that I just showed you is only used here. And you know how it is when I take photos or even in videos, that might not show up great. These are punched out from this same designer series paper here, as you'll see as I get going. Hi, Julie. Hi, Linda. Okay, so the stamp set that I'm using today that is retiring, Under My Umbrella. So that is from the, the annual catalog here. And it's on page 20. and you can see all the fun kind of springtime things. Like I said, today does not look like it goes with the card, but it definitely will tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Actually, I'm just noticing I didn't even open up the catalog until after I'd made my card. That umbrella there looks like they use the rainbow glimmer paper for that too. So if it's that time of year where you need lots of shower or wedding cards, you know, that type of thing, this is a great stamp set and punch to have on hand for that too, besides just some spring cards. So I kind of like it when there's more than one purpose for the things that we purchase and use and buy and such. And I always like to pass along my 2 cents when I have 2 cents to share, right? Okay, so with that, this is the punch, and it's in the back of the annual catalog too, and that's retiring. So this is the umbrella that I'm using today, and then this is more of that parasol. So if you like that look, you can do that too. And then of course the handle there. So parasol is that shape, like so, versus the umbrella. So yeah, I punched out a lot of different options because I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. I felt like I wanted to do umbrella, but spacing wise, I didn't know if I needed to use parasols. So I was glad that it worked out for my umbrellas today. So let me just set aside that for now, and I am using my die cutting machine today. I haven't used it for my first 2 cards, and today I'm only using it, and I'm actually using my little mini one. Isn't that cute? I thought, oh, you know, it's sitting right here. I've always got it on my desk because it takes up such little space, so I thought that would be perfect for today. And what I'm pulling out to use is the stitched nested label dies. And so you can see you get this whole pack, as well as if you want to cut off a stitched border. That's what that little piece is in there, but you can see all of these. So the one I'm grabbing today is this size. Sometimes I don't count it out as far as like largest to smallest, but I'll just kind of show you in comparison and say, this size. And so I think there is one that is larger than the one I'm using today, and that's this one. So if you are following along and have this and want to make this card, I always kind of love to give you guys specifics on that, just to make the things that you have go farther. So I'm just going to cut out this on my gorgeous grape. Oh, Linda, I tell you, you compliment me, and some days it's like, do I have it together? And I think sometimes about like, should I be brave and do a video sometime from start to finish, trying to put the card together, not beforehand, but just in front of you guys. It could take like an hour and a half, and it could be a mess. So I do like to pass along things sometimes with that in mind, like what it takes sometimes for me to fully grasp what I wanted to do and what I am doing. So with the stitch nested labels that are retiring, what I love about it is the stitched edge on there, and just it has a different look. So you can put things on here, you can stamp things on here. This is a dark color, so it'd be kind of hard to stamp a lot on there, but just having this kind of as even a label or something is kind of fun that way. So that's all we're using the die cutting machine for today. So I'm going to set that aside, and let's do some basic assembly then on here. I'm going to go ahead and grab my first 2 pieces that I'm going to put together. I actually have my grandkids here for a little bit this morning, and so it's kind of fun seeing some of that pink run around our house, you know, having 3 boys and then a grandson and now finally a granddaughter. Now I see this and I have a whole different thinking process when I do my pinks and purples because of that too. Hi, Deb. So my card base is that new In Color Magenta Madness. Well, it's been around for almost a year. So that's my card base folded this way, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I've cut that Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper 4 inches by 5 1/4. And let me just tack that down like so. And I'm going to do some heat embossing. My first card of the month, I did some heat embossing with, and I'm going to do that too on my gorgeous grape, because I feel like with this darker color, it really makes the words pop. So I like that. Anytime I can make things pop and be exciting is always fun. So let me open up my Whisper White Craft ink pad here. For those of you that have been looking for this in the catalog, it's not with all the regular colors or neutrals. It's a couple pages over where they have that whole spread. And this card comes together pretty easy, so I should maybe just show you to help you. So you kind of have these pages 146 and 47 in the catalog that has a ton of products in it. And so there it is. So it's the craft Stampin' Pad and refill. So you get the Whisper White uninked pad, but you also get the refill bottle for $9.50, and that will last a while. But if you need more, it's $4.50 for the refill. So that's on page 147. Because I think we all think ink pads are all together, but that one is sold separately because it's a craft ink pad. So Life's Showers Bring Love's Flowers. I'm going to ink that up in white, stamp that out like so, and that looks pretty just like that. But if I add a little bit of embossing powder, it's, like I said, it's just going to make it pop. And if you use the craft pad and not embossing powder, you should still kind of heat set it, because even if you let that sit for a while, it is going to kind of still want to smear. So heat setting it with or without the embossing powder is always a good idea, because it is a lot stickier pad. And this won't take long at all to heat up. Hi there, Carol. Not a very big area, so it should heat up pretty quick here. I always do cards in multiples, and so sometimes getting that first thing to heat set is kind of like a little bit time consuming, but then after that, when the heat gun's all set and ready to go, then it's pretty decent too. Okay, so I've got that Life's Showers, or yes, Life Showers Bring Love's Flowers, and that's set to go. And to give this a little bit of a lift off of this busy background paper here, and I kind of had to look because there's lots of pinks and lots of purples. So Gorgeous Grape is what they told me on the back of the packaging was what coordinated with that. So that always helps me to know what I should use with it. So I'm going to take about 5 dimensionals here. I can't really say 4 in the corner, but kind of, just because of the shape of the stitch nested labels here. So we have that kind of looking, if you like to play cards, it looks like a 5 spot. Okay, then I'm just going to center that like so. And now for all of my umbrellas that I'm going to put on there, I'm going to pull out my punch here, and I'm going to punch out this from the Artistry Blooms. And like I said, I'm going for the umbrella, not the parasol. So we've got that for some of the pinker looking umbrella. And then I'm going to take another piece from that same designer series paper and kind of get one that's a little bit purpley than pink. And so, actually I'm gonna go over here because this is even more purpley, because I want to pull in some of that purple. And even that's kind of fun. How fun is that? I think it might be kind of clashy for the paper that I'm using, but I do like that. And I think that's what I liked about this whole paper pack in general, was the fun things that would come out of that. And then this is that fun glimmer paper here. So I'm just going to put that in my punch here for that shiny, shiny look. And like I said, hopefully the camera kind of picks that up. There we go. I kind of move my light in my room here so that we'll pick that up. Thank you, Lisa. And Carol, the designer series paper that I'm using is from the annual catalog called Artistry Blooms. And then this is rainbow glimmer paper, but because of where I'm taking it from, it's more pinks and purples, but there's also greens and mango and all of that too. Now I need 3 umbrella handles, and this is that Magenta Madness. So let me punch out one. Whoops, got to get it over. I'm gonna bite off the end before I even have it punched off there. Okay, so we've got 3 of those. This kind of like gave me little pieces all over, so it gets a little bit messy that way, but not to fear. Then I'm going to grab my glue dots here and find the first one. I'm just going to put one in the center of each umbrella. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and I have a tip for you guys today. I don't know if this happens to you. Every once in a while, this will happen to me. I feel like if my punch is getting a little, where it doesn't want to punch really crisply. Sometimes when I punch out like this umbrella, I'm going to see if the camera, you see little white edges, and our paper won't do, our cardstock, I should say, won't do that as much as our pretty papers. I just take like a marker or blends and just kind of brush over that. And as the blends dry, it just kind of fades right into the cardstock. So you don't see any of those white edges. You'll see a little bit more here, but like I said, even as it dries, you won't see that anymore. So I've had that happen with a couple of my punches when I use it on designer series paper. Our cardstock is dyed through. So even if you punch and it gets some of the fibery parts there, it's not going to leave a stain like it would of white. It'll just be the same color. Okay, so I'm just going to take and attach that umbrella handle to the glue dot. I'm going to do all 3 of those at the same time, and then the glimmer one, I kind of want that handle facing a different way. Hi there, Renee. And my last one, let's see, I'm going to have that facing this way. Okay, so also this is, like I said, popped up, and I want these to be popped up as well. And the dimensionals aren't super duper high, so I can do a double pop, if you want to call it, and that's going to be okay. So let me just put these on here. And that's what I love too about this punch is I still think like this is going to be my favorite one, the one side that I'm not using. I just like that pattern on there. The umbrellas, you could use all sorts of different designer series paper for different looks. You can have them be, you know, business looking umbrellas, or you can have them being kid looking umbrellas, or, you know, if you're doing a bridal shower, something, you could have that be the color of the bridal's parties colors and everything too. So with this, now that I'm so glad I got lots of pink because that'll match those little dots on there. So I'm just going to attach this at the top, and I'm not going to press it down yet because I kind of want to get these going to know if I need to move anything. So I kind of just want to get that like so. And then the last one, I'm just going to kind of put down here like that. So we kind of have umbrellas and handles going every which way, but I kind of also wanted that to kind of be framed by the umbrellas as well. So on my sample, I used these little in color enamel dots, in the magenta color is the card base, like so, and they look like this card here. So that's the magenta, and I played around, and I like letting you guys know when I play around. I played around with even putting some of the posy dots on there, and that looked okay, but it wasn't the dark purple and it wasn't the pink, but it still looked kind of nice on there. So if you have the resin dots, playing with patterns resin dots, and those are carrying over too, those would work. And I should tell you what this is exactly, 2020 2022 in color enamel dots. These are retiring. I even thought maybe that the pearls would look kind of cute on that, because that would kind of blend in with the little white splots of designer series paper. And then what I'm going to use for my card that I'm making for you guys goes along with that Artistry Blooms designer series paper and the glimmer paper, and that is the Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. These are so well loved that this is all that I have left, and more was supposed to come, and I opened up my box and they weren't in there, so I had to call Stampin' Up, and their customer service is so good. So I have a couple of these on the way, and of course I'm doing the card today, but it'll probably show up tomorrow. And so these are so perfect because you can kind of see how the glimmer paper kind of has mangoes to rich raspberry to all those colors together. I thought, oh, this is like perfect. And so there's 4 different sheets in there of the colors that will match, and there's the large and the small, and I'm just going to use the small, and I'm going to put one up here and one down here. I think I'm going to put one here and then one here. So usually I do odd numbers. Oh, I don't like that actually. I'm going to move that here because it looks like 3 of them are in a row and those aren't or something. So we'll kind of do this. So, and so I just kind of felt like one looked kind of lonely in here when I did these. So I kind of just added 4, and here I kind of put 4, but in a different spot too. I don't know, maybe this just needs to be up here with that. And you guys, I'm probably driving you nuts today, like decide what you want to do or something. There, I think that maybe looks a little bit nicer. Or if you do want the odd number, which is supposed to be more appealing to your eye, even having it like that might be the nicest way too. Okay, so that is my embellishment that I wanted to add to the card, and I want to just compare it with the magenta in color enamel dots. And like I said, these are called Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. These are retiring, these are carrying over. Now for the inside, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do just a little bit of coloring, only because I love these boots. These boots are in the stamp set under my umbrella. So let me stamp those out in Gorgeous Grape really quick like, and just stamp that out on my Stampin' Pierce mat because it's a photopolymer stamp. Then I use my mat for that. And that's all I need. And then I'm going to just trace my boots. Let me put on my glasses quick. Trace my boots. And this is going to be a really quick color. There's kind of bands on the top and the bottom of that. So these are the Highland Heather blends. And recently I've had some people say, oh, I want some Gorgeous Grape blends, but there aren't any. There's Purple Posy, there's Highland Heather, but there's no Gorgeous Grape blends. But I tell you what, these Highland Heather blends, the dark is almost like Gorgeous Grape, and then the light is almost like the Highland Heather. So these are dark and light together, and it's kind of true as the cardstock goes when you put them side by side. So I'm just going to kind of pull over some of the edges there and just go over that. And coloring in these boots in like reds and blues are just so cute, and using the blends just kind of gives them that nice little shadowed look too. Hi Sharon, hi Joyce. And with this, oops, I got a little fleck of something. I'm going to leave the inside blank for those receiving it, because this could be used for any kind of note card that you need. And so leaving it blank for you guys just helps it be more useful and not so limiting when you get it to using it just for certain occasions. So let me just tack that to the inside here. But just know also that the stamp set itself has several different sentiment options here, there. And then you can add more flowers too if you want lots of fun flowers to decorate your card or your umbrellas. So that is that there. So that's today's card here, April Stamp Camp. Right there. Thanks, Carol. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was getting too crazy when I was putting it together, just because it's kind of a busy pattern, and then I'm adding, you know, several umbrellas, and so then I thought, okay, this could get really, really wild, or it could look okay. But it's kind of fun to have cards like this for the season that we're in, and this definitely says spring, and it'll be a fun card for this week. It might be the only fun thing unless you like rainy weather. And so how you can get my 10 cards that I'm making this month, and I just kind of want to mention again, I'm going to be making more than 10 cards for my April virtual stamp camp, because like I think I'll have plenty of this card where everybody will probably get this card, but I might have to do 20 demos to make sure as I'm using products up, because things might sell out, and so I might not be able to get things in, and like the papers or the accessories or different things. But my goal is to show you a lot of the retiring things so that you don't be sad the day after it's gone and go, oh no, I couldn't get that. And so hopefully by demoing, it's also a reminder of this is what's staying. You can be calm about this, and then this is what's going away. So to get a set of 10 cards, not the set like I usually say every month, to get a set of 10 April Stamp Camp cards, you can place a $75 minimum minimum order using the host code there, and then I will also have that host code posted with the still shot of the card, and that will get you the Stamp Camp cards for free. And if you say, hey Belle, I just want a bundle of 10 cards this month that you're working on, then I'll put you down for that, and that cost is $22 for the set of 10. So just let me know if you are interested in that as well. So happy Monday. Hi there, Nancy. Good to see you off work. And I will be back again tomorrow afternoon with card number 4 for the month. So hope to see you guys then as well. Take care. Bye-bye.